Well, I guess it's about time. Too little, too late, I suppose. I don't know. Better late than never. You can go with either one. Israel has committed genocide in Gaza, UN Commission of Inquiry says. Well, the same thing that literally everyone else has been, claiming, saying, arguing for, even the fucking ICC has been saying for, I don't know, the latter part of a fucking year, is now being acknowledged by the broader UN. What is this?
The Commission concluded that Israel has committed genocide against the Palestinian uh, people in Gaza and that it is continuing with that genocide.
True.
It is now almost 2 years since Israel launched its military campaign in the Gaza Strip in October 2023. This has been the most ruthless, prolonged, and widespread attack against the Palestinian people.
Dude, it's gotten so bad now that, I think it was about several months into the war, quote unquote, the generals were saying to Benjamin Netanyahu, it's like, can we get a fucking ceasefire? Can we stop? There's nothing left. There's nothing left to bomb. It's just we're hitting rubble upon rubble upon rubble. It's not cost effective for us to do this. It's just stupid. It's frivolous at this point. And Benjamin Netanyahu said no, making it such that the genocide was the point all along. So, whoa, Benjamin Netanyahu, a Holocaust revisionist, is also totally okay with doing the fucking genocide on other fucking people. So that's cool. That's great.
Since 1948. Every day that passes, the killings and the starvation of the Palestinians continue.
Since 1948. That's good. But yeah, the state of Israel has never been interested inherently with the ideology that it prescribes to, that being Zionism, which is an ideology that is inherently ethno-nationalist. It is inherently colonial. It is inherently fascistic, right? It was never fucking interested in coexistence with the Palestinian people. The point was either the subjugation or, honestly, the ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people within the borders of Palestine. That has always been the intention of the Israeli state. Always has been, always will be, ever since Theodore Herzl wrote the fucking goddamn book talking about his ideology about fucking Zionism. Yeah, it is heretical to Judaism as well, Boy Meets Mini. So, again, when all these, motherfuckers claim that it's, the will of, Jewish people and all that stuff, the conflation between Zionism and Judaism, it's nonsense. It's complete fucking bullshit. A United Nations Commission of Inquiry says Israel has committed genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. A new report says there are reasonable grounds to conclude that 4 of the 5 genocidal acts defined under international law have been carried out since the start of the war with Hamas. War, by the way. Killing members of a group, causing them serious bodily and mental harm, deliberately inflicting conditions calculated to destroy the group, and preventing births. Yep, bombing of fucking hospitals, preventing any form of aid from going in, sieging them until they just starve out and fucking die. These are all things that you can honestly categorize, and this is consistent shit that the Israelis have been fucking doing as being genocidal, intended for fucking genocide. Spare me it, dude. Any of these fucking, dumbass Zionists with their dumb fucking excuses. It's complete fucking nonsense, dude. It cites statements by Israeli leaders and the pattern of conduct by Israeli forces as evidence of genocidal intent. Yo, 1,000 fucking percent. Literally, what? You have Gallant talking about how all resources into the Palestinians, all aid needs to be completely cut off and not let in. Same with Benjamin Netanyahu talking about how these people deserve to be fucking murdered and treating them as non-fucking human. Itamar Ben-Gvir also talking about the advocating for the fucking cleansing of all fucking Palestinians. Bezalel Smotrich, the exact same fucking dude. Again, the intent has always been the fucking genocide with these people. And all of them should be tried at the fucking Hague. Drawn in fucking quartered. Fuck these people. They're all just complete, utter fucking psychopaths that are just killing people for the sake of fucking killing people. That's it. Israel's foreign ministry said it categorically rejected the report, denouncing it as distorted and false. okay, dude. Listen, hey, IDF, as your fucking leader, not leader, as your fucking lawyer, you guys should keep posting all of the abhorrent, terrible shit that you guys keep doing in the Gaza Strip. It'll definitely do a great job at ingratiating you with the broader West, dude. It's gonna be really, really good for you guys. The Israeli military launched a campaign in Gaza in response to the unprecedented Hamas-led attack on southern Israel on October 7th. Not unprecedented, let's be honest here. Like, Hamas was basically forced in a particular political position such that, like, an attack like an October 7th was going to be inevitable. Like, this wasn't unprecedented. This was inevitable because of stuff like the Abrahamic Accords. So, again, like, as expected from the fucking BBC, they're just going to be like, well, this was totally unexpected. No one saw this coming ever. It's just like, really, dude? Really? No one saw this coming except for Mossad when they found this out about a fucking year ago. So, spare me it. Smotrich signed a trade and defense deal with India this week. Oh. I guess India actually doesn't give a fuck about giving armaments and assisting with Israel in terms of their genocide with Bezalel fucking Smotrich, this fucking freak. Very, very cool. In which 1,200 people were killed and 251 were taken hostage. At least 6,500 people have been killed in the Israeli attacks in Gaza since then. More than likely higher than that, by a magnitude of at least 7. So that's cool. According to the territory's Hamas-run health ministry, which have put out very, very accurate numbers that the UN and every other sort of organization has, reported as being accurate. Very, very interesting. But again, every single time when people like the BBC put in like Hamas-run ministry or whatever, it's meant to be inherently discrediting. Whose figures are seen as reliable by the UN. Most of the population has been also reportedly displaced. More than 90% of homes are estimated to be damaged or destroyed. The healthcare, water, sanitation, and hygiene systems have collapsed, and the UN-backed food security experts have declared a famine in Gaza City. Again, with like all the stupid LARP shit these dumbasses are doing. Like, yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that there's a fucking goddamn famine that's going on right now in Gaza. I don't think that's ridiculous or hyperbolic to say. Independent International Commission of Inquiry on the Occupied Palestinian Territory was established by the UN Human Rights Council in 2021 to investigate all alleged violations of international humanitarian and human rights law. The 3-member expert panel is chaired by Navi Pillay, a South African former UN human rights chief who was president of the International Tribunal on Rwanda's genocide. And yet people actively were correct in calling it a fucking genocide, so that's cool. The other 2 members were Chris Sidati, an Australian human rights lawyer, and Maloon Kathardi, an Indian expert on housing and land rights. The commission had previously concluded that Hamas and other Palestinian armed groups committed war crimes and other grave violations of international law on October 7th, and that Israeli security forces have committed crimes against humanity and war crimes in Gaza. An accurate fucking assessment. Again, like, listen, Hamas more than likely did do some stuff. Like, let's be honest here, they probably did a lot of fucking wretched, horrible shit during fucking October 7th, which is to be expected from an unorganized militant group like Hamas. There's obviously going to be a lot of lack of fucking discipline here. That's not hyperbolic to say, but Israel has done literally everything possible to make it even harder for the UN in order to be able to investigate into that because of a lot of the contamination of the evidence that they did. So when it comes to, say, the rapes, which more than likely fucking happened on October 7th, perpetrated by Hamas, the reason why there's not going to be a sort of conclusion and the UN has to operate off of circumstantial evidence is because of the fact that a lot of the times Israel either had a hand in contaminating the data, making it, not suitable for forensic fucking analysis, but also have made it even harder and harder for UN teams to be able to go in and do those proper fucking investigations. The commission said its latest report was the strongest and most authoritative UN finding to date on the war. However, it does not officially speak for the UN. The 72-page document alleges that Israeli authorities and Israeli security forces have committed and are continuing to commit 4 of the 5 acts of genocide defined under the 1948 Genocide Convention against a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group, in this case, Palestinians in Gaza. Killing members of the group, causing seriously bodily or mentally harm, deliberately inflicting conditions of life calculated to bring the destruction of the group in whole or in part, imposing measures intended on preventing births. Again, has been constantly bombing clinics and hospitals, killing members of the groups, consistently fucking doing double taps, triple taps on refugee camps where there's going to be mostly nothing but fucking civilians there, causing seriously bodily and mentally harm to the fucking goddamn groups. Again, if they detain Palestinians, they basically sodomize them consistently and fucking rape them while they're in fucking prison. And of course, deliberately inflicting conditions of life calculated to bring the destruction of the group, in whole or in part, blocking essential fucking aid from going into the Gaza Strip. Literally, dudes advocating for concentration camps to be built in fucking Rafah, and most ministers of Israel saying like, guys, I think that may be a little too far. That may be a bridge too far. I don't think so. So yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that Israel definitely did 4 of the fucking 5 things here. We can point to so many different fucking examples. To fulfill the legal definition of genocide under the Genocide Convention, it must also be established that the perpetrator committed any one of those acts with specific intent to destroy the group or in whole part. Went to the facts first, Pillay said to BBC. So we looked at statements made by Israeli authorities indicating genocidal intent, and we looked at the pattern of conduct of Israeli authorities and Israeli security forces to show that genocidal intent was the only reasonable inference. I don't know, not really much else to say besides that. That's pretty fair, to be honest. Israel's political and military leader have consistently said its military operations in Gaza are conducted in self-defense. Yeah, dude. Randomly bombing refugee camps and hospitals are being done in self-defense. Sure, dude. When literally their fucking generals have said, like, there's nothing else here. Like, we're just bombing rubble at this point. Like, why are we still doing this? They're fucking defeated. Like, it's done. It's over. But Benjamin Netanyahu and all the other freaks are saying, like, no, keep going. Just keep up with the Holocaust. It's like, okay, bro. Nice meme. They have also insisted that Israeli forces operate in accordance with international law and take all feasible measures to mitigate harm to civilians. Sure. Yeah, totally. However, the Commission's report concludes that President Isaac Herzog, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, let's be honest here, and should be a lot more of these motherfuckers, incited the commission of genocide in their speeches and statements. As early as October 7th, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to inflict mighty vengeance on all of the places where Hamas is deployed, hiding, and operating in that wicked city. We will turn them into rubble. His use of the phrase wicked city in the same statement implied that he saw the whole of the city of Gaza as responsible and a target for vengeance. Obvious genocidal fucking intent. Gallant said days after October 7th that Israel was fighting human animals and we act accordingly. Herzog, meanwhile, said it's an entire nation out there that is responsible for the Hamas-led attack. Yeah, dude, because literally the 2 million people that live in fucking Gaza were responsible for the actions of the militant terrorist organization that's currently running them. Yeah, totally, bro. Commission also said genocidal intent was the only reasonable inference that could be concluded from the pattern of conduct of Israeli authorities and security forces in Gaza that is allegedly included intentionally killing and seriously harming an unprecedented number of Palestinians, using heavy munitions, systemic and widespread attacks on religious, cultural, educational sites, imposing a siege on Gaza, and starving its population. Dude, like, we can even just look to the goddamn motherfuckers at GHF where they just, like, basically bomb the shit out of people trying to get fucking food. Like, again, spare me at Israel, spare me the fucking excuses, dude. Oh, 1000% there, Boy Meets Mini. Yeah, it is really rich coming from the country who outdoes fucking Sri Lanka at pogroms. Exactly, dude. And the commission says the acts of Israeli political and military leaders are attributable to the state of Israel, and that the state therefore bears responsibility for the failure to prevent genocide, the commission of genocide, and the failure of to punish genocide. It also warns all of the countries have an immediate obligation under the Genocide Convention to prevent and punish the crime of genocide, employing all measures at their disposal. If they do not, it says they could be complicit. Looking at you, America. Looks like you guys are going to have to keep protecting Israel like you guys are doing right now. The U.S. administration's use of its veto power today to thwart a UN Security Council draft resolution calling for a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip represents blatant complicity and full partnership in the genocide being perpetrated by the Zionist occupation against Palestinian people, and a green light for the continuation of the crimes of murder, starvation, and the brutal and criminal attack on Gaza City. Don't think there's really any other way to put it. Whoa, you're telling me that the U.S. consistently uses its veto power in order to protect these fucking complete genocidal fucking freaks, their little fucking attack dog in Israel? No. I never would have thought. In a statement, the Israeli Foreign Ministry accused the three members of the commission of serving as Hamas proxies. Oh, please. No, everyone that I don't like that is pointing out what we're doing exactly and accurately are fucking Hamas. They're all Hamas, all of them. It's complete fucking nonsense. An Israeli military official dismissed the report as baseless, saying no other country has operated in these conditions and done so much to prevent harm to civilians on the battlefield. Oh, spare me it. Like, literally, fucking Anthony fucking Aguilar himself witnessed fucking people get fucking killed. Children, women, and just people who were trying to get fucking food getting consistently shot at by fucking tanks, tank rounds, mortar rounds, and fucking Israeli snipers trying to shoot kids in the head. Spare me it, dude. President Herzog also condemned the report, which he said had misinterpreted his words, according to Reuters. Oh, I'm sure, totally, 1,000%, complete misinterpretation. The Israeli Foreign Ministry also said the commission's members should not be replaced when they step down from their roles later this year, and that the commission itself should be abolished. Oh, yeah. No, I can't believe, they're accurately pointing out all the fucking abhorrent, terrible shit that we're doing. Like, fucking spare me at Israel. Keep crying about it, you fucking pussies. In July, all 43 members submitted their resignations to the UN Human Rights Council. Pillay, who was 83, cited her age, medical issues, and weight of several other commitments, while Sidoti said her retirement marked an appropriate time to reconstitute the commission. A number of international and Israeli human rights organizations, independent UN experts, and scholars have also accused Israel of genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. Dude, you know it's bad if, it's like, not Haaretz, but B'Tselem being the main guys consistently saying, like, yeah, you guys are fucking committing genocide, bro, like, you are. Literally everyone is saying, like, yeah, you guys are fucking committing genocide. And the only ones who are not going to say it is because it's the state of Israel and the fucking United States of America. Because in reality, they're okay with it. Like, it's dirty browns that they're murdering. They have to inherently be bad because they're dirty and they're brown. That's how these people fucking inherently think. It's complete nonsense. The UN says it cannot make a legal determination as to whether a situation constitutes genocide under international law. It says the situation is referred to as genocide only after a competent national or international court has declared it as such. When asked by journalists on Tuesday if he would consider the word genocide to describe Israel's actions in Gaza, UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk said, it's for the court to decide whether it's genocide or not, and we see the evidence mounting. Yeah, let's hurry up, wrap it up, Domi, wrap it up. Has Canada recognized this as a genocide? I'm not sure. We have said that we're willing to recognize a Palestinian state, which rings rather fucking hollow, to be quite honest, when this is the current state that it's in right now. And the fucking structures of apartheid are still going to exist within Israel, even if there is a Palestinian state. They're mostly just saying that because it's going to be easier to get aid into the country, and it's going to be a lot easier for them to try to deflect some attacks from the left, saying like, okay, fine, yeah, what's going on is really bad. Here, we're willing to recognize it as a fucking state. It's rather mealy-mouthed, but I don't think I'm not sure if Canada has recognized this as a genocide. I mean, with the UN saying that this is a fucking genocide, if the broader council says that this is a fucking genocide, then more than likely, let's be quite honest here, it's going to give permission structure for a lot of these more liberal, namby-pamby pansy states like fucking Canada and a bunch of other European countries to probably be more comfortable with saying it's a fucking genocide. A spokesperson for the UK government also said the decision was up to a court, but added that this does not take away from her position that Israel's actions are appalling. The International Court of Justice is currently hearing a case brought by South Africa that accuses Israeli forces of genocide, which is mounting in terms of evidence, but it could take years to reach a conclusion. I love liberal institutions. Woo! the most obvious fucking thing on the planet that's super obvious if you, like, you know, open your fucking eyes for like 3 fucking seconds is fucking happening that is being perpetrated by the state of Israel. Like, whatever, dude. Complete nonsense. Israel has called the case wholly unfounded and based on biased and false claims. Hey, Israel, like, this is your lawyer speaking. Keep posting all of the abhorrent shit and having the fucking takes on online and in media, talk about how you want to fucking wipe out the Palestinians. Like, okay, bro, yeah, totally. I guess it's good. Some fucking movement is being done on this. About fucking time. Whoa, too little, too late. Man, you should have fucking have said this shit fucking forever ago, United Nations. But again, you know, liberal fucking pussy ass institutions being slow to act as always in the face of fucking the fucking Holocaust of our time. I don't know, real fucking League of Nations tier shit is going on here yet again. History fucking seemingly repeating itself, or rhyming at the very least. And I don't know, it's good that they're at least saying it now, saying it's a fucking genocide, which has always been the case since 1948. As soon as fucking goddamn Zionism came as an ideology, and the inherent intent of all the fucking actions done by Zionists has been put on fucking display throughout history. So, I don't know, like, better late than fucking never that it's being fucking called a genocide, which has always been obvious since the onset of, well, Israel becoming a state in fucking 1948. So, I guess better late than fucking never that the UN is calling this a fucking genocide. I guess.